Hi, my name is Nicholas, and today I'm going to break down the healthcare marketing funnel, what it is, and how you can use it to grow your clinic. I'm going to share experiences that I've learned along my marketing journey so that you can apply it to your business and cut through the confusion. With that said, let's dive in. All right, the healthcare marketing funnel explained. I built a slide deck for this lesson, for today's lesson. I think it'll be better. It'll help me think clearly, but it also, since it's kind of technical, I think you'll learn more from this. Let me know if it sucks. Let me know if you like this method going forward down in the comments. But with that said, why it matters. So I speak with healthcare business owners all the time. And one of the biggest struggles I hear is that they've been burned by an agency or a freelancer. They've paid for SEO to run Instagram or Facebook ads, and they're not getting any ROI, or the leads that they're getting are tire kickers, they're price shoppers, they're not good leads. And so I wanted to empower you, to educate you, to understand the quote unquote 30,000 foot view of marketing, and to understand the role that each piece of marketing is supposed to play. This leads into the next point, which is why most people fail. Most people don't understand the role or the job that each little piece of marketing is supposed to do, and so they get distracted or confused even and overwhelmed, and they buy into all the different trends happening. Well, I'm going to do TikTok ads, I'm going to do YouTube ads, I'm going to do Google ads, Instagram, Facebook, and you end up uh, even falling susceptible to the advertisements that you see, promising you amazing benefits. My goal here is to really empower you to understand what you need and make better decisions when it comes to your marketing, so you're not overwhelmed. And basically, most people fail because they do too many of the things that are all trying to do the same thing, mostly get awareness, and then they don't actually solve for the bottleneck that they need to solve for. So with that said, let's move on to the first tenet of today's lesson, and that is stop thinking about marketing like a funnel. If you Google marketing funnel, you will see millions of infographics where there's a funnel like this, and it's this convoluted uh, idea that marketing is a funnel. It started out with one thing by this famous copywriter named Eugene Schwartz, and it's been blown into this perverted thing. It's a journey that needs to be mapped out, and there's 4 stages to the journey: awareness, lead gen, sales, and retention. Okay. Now, when we break each section down further, this is what it looks like. That funnel is only really relevant to the awareness stage of the marketing funnel. Um, and it's basically the stages of your leads awareness. So you have problem aware, they know they have a problem, but they don't know the solution. Solution aware is they know the solution, they just don't know where to buy it. And then brand aware is when they know your specific clinic business name. That's where the funnel comes in, but it's only one part of the buyer's journey. The next part is getting leads. So you want to take that traffic or awareness and convert them into leads. And then from those leads, you want to convert them into buyers. And then you want to consistently resell to your buyers, right? That's one of the ways to grow a business, is to sell more of what you're to your current customers. So this is the quote unquote journey funnel. And I'm going to refer to it as a buyer's journey. I think that is a much better term for it. The job of your marketing is to move the baton from one stage to another. This is from Russ Henneberry. He was a mentor of mine early in my marketing career. He taught me a lot of what I know. And what he's saying in this quote is that your job is to move people from each stage. Not every person is going to start at the beginning and go to the end. If you've ever had a referral, you know that it almost instantly goes to a sale because there's so much trust built in. But some people might find you on Google, they're solution aware. They might type in teeth whitening near me, and then they'll go to your website and they'll skip the lead gen and they'll just call. And now you've got an appointment booked. The sale has been more or less made, right? So your job is to move that baton. Your marketing's job, rather, is to move that baton from awareness to lead gen to sales to retention, wherever the lead is at. So let's start with stage 1, awareness. This is the first part of your buyer's journey. There's 2 ways to go about getting awareness. I also call this stage traffic because ultimately that's what it is. Paid and organic, which is free. Both have benefits and disadvantages. Paid advantage is that you can reach a lot of people. The downside is you're paying for it consistently. Organic's benefit is that it's free. The downside is it takes a lot more time. So I want you to think about Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, SEO, LinkedIn, all of those things, all of those platforms are designed to get you awareness or traffic, whatever you want to call it. So with that said, I do just want to highlight a really powerful channel for healthcare business is SEO. And that's because local SEO targets clients who are solution aware. It means that they know they have a problem, they know the solution, they just don't know where to buy. And that's a huge advantage that a lot of other businesses and marketing channels can't do. So for example, a a software company, an e-commerce brand, or a lot of digital creators who sell courses who are flooding the internet with their marketing and they're making Facebook ads more expensive, they cannot use local SEO. That is a huge advantage to you. And if you're not using it, it's an opportunity. There's money on the table there. Um, and so, just to clarify, when problem aware people know they have a problem, I have a toothache, I have wrinkles, how do I get rid of them? They're doing a lot more research at that stage. And that's where a lot of Facebook ads and TikTok ads will target those types of, of leads. So there's the leads that you get from local SEO are a lot closer to buying. Like they're typing um, med spa near me. They're very close to buying. Botox near me, whatever it is. So these are the three kinds uh, of traffic that you can use to grow your clinic. Let's talk about leads now, stage two. So if you picture your clinic as a booth giving away free samples in the grocery store is awareness, right? You can tell everyone in the grocery store, think of the grocery store is the internet in this example. You can tell everyone about your clinic, right? But the people that come to your booth to get a free sample have raised their hand. They are leads. And you need a way to communicate with them, right? Because not everyone books or calls on the first visit. And so capturing leads is, uh, is how you continue the conversation. So I have two examples of the free sample that you're giving, right? Your booth, you're giving free samples. One is an online hair assessment. So, for example, for a hair transplant clinic, they give a quiz. This is a really powerful thing for this type of industry. It also works well with a lot of eye stuff. But if you own a med spa, giving a 10% discount might be enough, right? It's a slightly different business model. It's lower ticket. So it really depends on the industry you're in, what free sample or lead magnet, as it's called in marketing circles, you're going to give away. But there's a real tenet here in that the free sample needs to be something easy and low risk in order to make giving their email or their phone number a no-brainer, right? So your free sample, your lead magnet is the lead generator on your website. People come to your booth, your website, and you capture their information with the uh, the free sample, right? The marketing channel that is best for lead generation is email marketing. So we'll cover a scenario later on, but I just want to make that clear that if ever someone's promising you email marketing, it's probably going to be more leads and sales focused. But if you don't have traffic, there's no point in even worrying about email marketing. Sales. So, how fast you turn a lead into a sale depends on your industry, right? I hinted at this a little bit. If you're selling hair transplants or breast implants, it's going to be a longer sales cycle. There's definitely going to be some sort of sales conversation involved versus selling Botox or teeth whitening or vaccinations for your pet. There, it's just a different um, price tag, and the sales cycle might be different. But one thing stays the same across the healthcare industry, and that is that a sale will happen with a phone call. So the appointment gets booked, the consultation gets scheduled, patients commit. The sales happen with a phone call in healthcare. And that's another reason why local SEO is so powerful, because it's it's baked into the marketing to call. When people type Botox near me, med spa near me, they're gonna call to book an appointment, or a vet or a dentist. And just think about Instagram. When's the last time you actually called an account that you follow? It's just a different level of intent. Anyways, so this another thing to mention here is that on your website, the the call button should be the primary CTA, call to action. Now, retention. So I'm just going to share three or four marketing strategies you can use that work for healthcare. Email sequences for repeat treatments. So an example here is if someone gets Botox, send them a reminder 3 months later. Same thing with dentists, right? Referral programs, Google reviews is going to help your local SEO, and membership programs. I know a lot of med spas use memberships to get that monthly recurring revenue, that Netflix style of recurring revenue. The bottom line. Okay, let's tie everything together that we've learned so far. So the marketing game is figuring out where the bottleneck is in the customer journey and then optimizing. So I've just shown you the customer journey. We need to find where your bottleneck is. That's the job of marketing. Where's your bottleneck in this journey? So instead of jumping from tactic to tactic, let's use this framework to think through the marketing of your healthcare business. Visualize the buyer's journey, literally draw it out. I do that all the time. Measure conversions at each stage, find the bottleneck, and optimize. So to really bring this home, let's run through a quick thought experiment. Okay. Let's say you run a TRT clinic, or just your clinic in general, whatever works. Ask yourself these questions. Question 1, are you getting people to your website or calling your clinic? If no, your bottleneck is awareness. You need more traffic. So you need either SEO, you need to run Facebook ads, YouTube ads. Pick one. You only need one to work. If yes, move to question 2. Are website visitors giving you their email or calling to inquire? If no, then your bottleneck is leads. You need a better lead magnet, a free sample, or a clearer call to action on your website. The call button. If yes, move to question 3. Are those leads actually booking appointments? If no, your bottleneck is sales. You need a better phone follow-up or a nurture sequence. If yes, move to question 4. Are patients coming back for follow-ups or referring friends? If no, your bottleneck is retention. You're leaving money on the table. If yes, congratulations, now scale, it's working. If it was yes to all of these things, then it's time to add a new channel in. Whenever you want to scale, if everything's going well, you can add um, a new awareness channel, right? So if everything was going well, and let's say you're using local SEO, you're getting a ton of leads, now you sort of maxed out on the local amount of people looking for you, you'll want to run Facebook ads, or vice versa, right? Whatever, if you've been running Facebook ads and now you're like, we haven't done SEO, but everything's going well, now implement a new awareness strategy. Okay, so most healthcare practices I talk to have an awareness problem. They're invisible in the local community. And that's the biggest reason why I started my agency, Make It Marketable. So we help healthcare businesses get more patients in the door with local SEO. With that said, my hope for you is that you can finally stop being overwhelmed with marketing, and that you can identify your bottleneck, fix it, and get back to what you do best, which is helping patients transform their health. Thank you so much. Leave a like, subscribe, drop any questions you might have down below. I read all of them personally, and I'll be sure to answer you. And I share marketing tips, some of it local SEO, in my bi-weekly newsletter, The Science of Healthcare Marketing. I'll drop that link below as well. So make sure you subscribe to get the latest marketing strategies. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.